Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and I'm back for our weekly reading. This reading will cover September 2nd through September 8th, and I pulled what I feel is a lovely set of cards today. So I already shuffled them, and I'm going to start with the Archangel of the Week. And before I do that, I'd like to set our intentions and our prayer. So I would like to call on Father Love, Source, Creator, Universe, Energy, whatever that is to you. And I would like to invite in all our guardian angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and any other beings of light who'd like to assist with these messages and this guidance for us this week. And I'm going to ask that the cards that I pull be for our best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. So I'm going to start with the Archangel, and this week I'm pulling Angel Ariel. Archangel Ariel is saying your material needs are provided for as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. We just pulled her for I forget what week, but we pulled her, so she's coming back again. I talked about her being the angel of life purpose, her being the angel of our soul mission, and there was a lot of transformation for us in the month of August. There was a lot of shifts and a lot of changes, a lot of clarity, and I feel like this card is validating that abundance and prosperity is there for us. You know, one of the things too is I find that some people struggle with accepting money for their gifts or asking for or setting into that space, and Archangel Ariel can help us with our worth and our value to really stand in that. I was having this conversation the other night with some clients, and I was saying that, I was a real estate paralegal working in a law firm, and quite frankly, I didn't like the job. It was not for me. And so I really had to kind of step out of that space and change those old beliefs that I actually can make a living out of what I love doing. I shared that, this work that I do, I fell into, it wasn't something that I always knew, gifts that I knew I had. I always knew that I was kind of different, but I really fell into this, and I believe this work for me is a calling. And, I always check in with that higher power, that force working with me, Father Love, God, Source, Creator. And I really believe this energy is so powerful right now, pushing us into our higher will, our higher gifts, and what we have to offer. So this is validation that Ariel is saying that as you walk in love, as you do what you love, and all the things that you offer and share with people come from a place of love, that you'll be taken care of, financially. So let's expand on that. Let's get a message from Ariel. Let's expand, get some more clarity on that prosperity message. So let's see here. The next card I pulled is Entrepreneur. I started the month last August with the Entrepreneur card. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. I just said this. So this is validation that what Ariel is saying is true. Now, again, I'm not an advocate for everybody going and just up and quitting your jobs. But what you can do is you can call on God and Angel Ariel for assistance and ask them to open the doors for you to take the steps. When I left that full-time position, I it's no secret that I worked per diem. I worked with an attorney who was fabulous. He was semi-retired, and I worked with him while I built my practice. And when it was time for him to retire, guess what? My business was able to function on its own. So it did really work in the divine accordance of will. And I have to say, patience does come in. The rest of the card says we are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. So as we raise the vibration, remember that God is our sole source of income. God uses your work. He uses your employers to help and assist with that, but it doesn't have to be the be all end all. And that was one of the things I had to learn with building my practice. practice was I had to remember that this higher power was the main source of my income. And I have to say, it's been a challenge over the years, and I feel like I'm finally in this space where I believe in this, where I really truly believe at my core that God will provide for me 100%. I had a lot of old beliefs and a lot of inner work to do on it. And, I got the support, and it was really powerful and helpful. So, she's saying, if you're thinking about it or wanting to do this work, especially the divine feminine, divine masculine energies that are awakening, you have a higher calling. There's more for you to do on this planet. So this is validation of that. How beautiful as we walk into September. September for me always feels comforting. We got August, which is intense. We got the Leo energy. And I don't know, with Virgos, I always say that, whenever I find out somebody's a Virgo, and I know there are Virgos listening, so you can put a comment or a remark, a like or a share on this video. Being a Virgo, I always say I want to hug a Virgo. I love Virgos. They have an open heart. I'm always comforted by Virgos. So it's a beautiful season to fall into September, and I feel like September is a very nurturing month for me. So the next thing I want to do is, I pulled these cards today. These are Whispers of Love by Josephine Wall, and her cards are absolutely beautiful if you haven't seen them. And I pulled these cards today because I want to get a message from your soul. And it makes so much sense because, of course, I pulled Ariel, who's the angel of soul mission, working with Entrepreneur Open the Door. So, of course, your soul would have a message too. So I always love how I'm so guided to these cards and how helpful they are. I've been on my journey. So I'm going to, these cards are, I have little hands, so I'm going to shuffle these a little differently. So I'm going to really connect with all your souls, everyone who's listening at whatever time you listen and watch. And I'm going to ask for a message from your soul. What does your soul, all of our souls, want us to know? Choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. Beautiful. Choose love. As I was just saying, comforting. I was watching a video and she was talking about the divine feminine and awakening to the divine feminine. And she said, kind of like me, struggling with like money and asking for our worth and value, asking to receive compensation for the work that we do. And she always says everything she does now, she chooses love through it. And I think this is a nice, beautiful card from your soul. I had this conversation with a client the other day, and the message was that make sure that you're making decisions out of love. Make sure you're doing things in accordance with what your heart wants. And that might take some time if you have an energy where you're doing for everybody. But again, with September being comforting and this beautiful energy of true love or choose love, true love and choose love. I feel like it's a beautiful message for it to come up. So how do we step into our energy with our life purpose and create abundance and prosperity with it? How do we step out on our own? Through love. So, connecting with your heart song, connecting with that vibration. What would make you feel so good doing? What would people make people so happy by offering? We sometimes with law of attraction attract people who are in the same fields as us or in the same energy as us, and we feel like, God, everybody's doing this, but it's not true. There's so many people who need healers and counselors and a support system. So beautiful card today. So I have my Love and Light deck, and we're going to get a message from God as we're in this beautiful energy of comfort and love. And we're going to ask God, what's his guidance for us with this week? What does he want us to know? Face your future with boldness and strength. Yes, yes, yes. It says, as soon as I pray, you answer me. You encourage me by giving me strength. Call on this higher power. And if this is not the epitome of choosing love. So this is future stuff. This is what many of you have in store. You know, you might not, like I said, be leaving a job right away, but this can be something that you start working on, start working towards. I have to say, I am patiently impatient. So what you're about to embark on, what you're doing, know that it's gonna take time. I follow Mel Robbins. She's an incredible speaker, motivational speaker, and she says, you know, when you go out on your own, she says, be prepared to put at least 10 years in. If you're not willing to put 10 years into its growth, then you know, you're in trouble. So I get that. You know, I'm in my 11th year, and I really feel like I'm finally in my power. And again, looking forward and facing my future with boldness and strength. And I have to say, Ariel, she is the lioness of the pride. They are working together to get us moving forward in this space. And again, it's going to come through choosing love, whatever that means to you. So I have one more deck here. It was kind of like a last minute pull. This is the Oracle of Angels, and I felt like this deck was just going to be like an overall, like what's the overall message for us this week with all the cards that I drew? What is the final thing to pull it all together? And I pulled Harmony. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I really needed this. I hope you really needed this as well. But take a look at how beautiful this card is. Look how peaceful, and this embodies that divine energy. And this person is connecting with that higher light, that higher power. Again, I call it God and Father love, but it could be Source, Creator, Universe, whatever that unconditional love vibration is for you. Gosh, it's so beautiful. And I feel like we can walk into this week with really peace and harmony, to really stand in our power and the beauty that's all around us. I had this conversation with my niece today. I was lucky enough to be able to take time this afternoon and go lay by my pool for a little bit. I haven't been able to get there all summer. And I was laying there with her and thinking about being in harmony and feeling nurtured by the sun and the universe. And we're just kind of laying there, and I talked to her about the trees, and I said, listen to the trees. I said, watch them move. I said, you know, what I've heard is the trees are the biggest gossip. They talk to each other. They let each other know what's going on. And we just kind of watched the trees. And, you know, I kind of explained to her, it's kind of like sign language. You know, the trees like move their leaves and their boughs in a certain way, and are in harmony and in sync. And then we talked about the root system and how the roots are connected. And she beautifully said, well, if that's true, that means all the trees all around the world are connected. And my heart just wanted to cry, because it's so true. And I said, you know what, honey? I said it, and so are we. All our energies mix and match, and we are all in sync and harmony. And we just kind of laid there. And as we did that, the wind picked up and blew on our faces, and we both just started giggling and laughing. So these experiences, when we actually stop and look and feel and experience the world around us, you know, it shifts our perspective into things. So this is such a beautiful message. It's such a beautiful ending to this reading for this week. And step into beautiful spaces, step into harmony, and taking that leap of faith and stepping out on your own. Gosh, my heart feels so full. I am loving these readings. I love your messages. I love your comments that you're putting. Thank you so much for sharing. And so I'm going to finish up for today. And know that, you know, I offer divine guidance if you're struggling yourself. I offer divine guidance sessions, which is much like this. I don't use the cards as much, but I also offer life purpose sessions. So, you know, if this is something that's been calling you and you're not really sure what the steps are or how to get there, you know, I can comfort you and support you in that, in intuitive energy. Also, I'm a medium, a therapeutic medium. So, you know, if you're feeling blocked by the loss of a loved one, my gift is to be able to help you understand why, and your loved ones can really give you some beautiful messages that will support you on your journey while you're still here. And also to like, subscribe, share this page. You know, there are so many people out there that can benefit. I just don't know how to get it out there other than having you share. So if you know somebody who really needs this message or can really connect and relate to this, tag them in this photo, in this video, and share it with them. So have a beautiful week, my friends, and as always, I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.